believe that the moon rules the tides? Of course you do. This is astrology we can see right before our eyes. Even scientists agree that the moon acts on the waters of the earth. Astrologers extrapolate this to the waters of the body. After all, humans are 70% water, plus or minus. In today's episode, we will explore the moon in a natal chart, problems and remedies. First, take a look at your natal moon. What are its sign, house, and aspects? Are there any problems with it? Now, what is our first problem with the moon in general? Number 1, crying or smothering emotions. This might be a moon in Pisces or Cancer, a super watery moon with some hard aspects to it. What are your tactics for dealing with crying people? We each have our own style, of course. A list of remedies for any problem are endless. Some possible options here are soothing music, or perhaps raging music for the Scorpio moon variety, a bear hug, asking questions, listening, caring about the reasons for crying. Now, what if the problem is constant cyclical crying? First, notice if there's a long-standing hard transit to the moon. What might this transit need? Months of soothing music, many hugs. We can also attack emotions from a food perspective. Make sure the person is eating nourishing food. It is near common knowledge nowadays that refined sugars and dyes can contribute to emotional breakdowns. Can we feed the person superfoods? How about artisanal foods, at least for the duration of the transit? If this is a lifelong tendency, dare I say problem, then we may want to manifest uplifting human relationships, or even relationships with animals. A composite Moon-Jupiter conjunction would do wonders. A Moon-Venus conjunction would also be nice. The person may also be helped by playing a musical instrument. When nothing else makes sense, music fixes everything. Why do you think there are bards in Dungeons & Dragons? Music is a superpower. A lifetime of snuggling could be just what a moon like this needs. Expressing the emotions through art, depending on the sign, Scorpio moon might make dark, morbid, gothic art, while a Pisces moon might prefer a circus vibe. Basically, a highly emotional chart is here to express a highly emotional life, and we could utilize this for many good things. There is nothing wrong with crying, actually. Problem 2, overprotectiveness, being a helicopter mom, boyfriend, nanny, etc. In this case, the moon might be overactive in its aspects. There might be a lot of energy to do with the emotional bonding. Or perhaps the chart has 15 planets in Cancer. If it's a Pisces moon, the overprotection might come in the style of psychic information. If in a Scorpio moon, through jealousy or ownership. Either way, we need to give multiple outlets for the loving nature. We don't want to suppress any energies, so we will want maximal expression. If the problem is 10 planets in Cancer, then perhaps we need 10 cats. If it's a Scorpio moon, maybe a few rats would help. A Pisces moon might want to work as an astrologer or psychic, so the emotional needs can be expressed among many, many people. How can I assist you? How can I love on you? How can I help you? Etc. This is mutable water. They say the happy person has 7 best friends. Maybe this is the key to helicopters. Give them 7 people to focus on. This would be a mega expression version of an overly caring lifestyle. Here's a question. Who are some people that represent the moon? Caretakers, nannies, bed and breakfast owners, cooks, mothers, psychologists, architects, chefs, hotel owners, bakers. Perhaps helicopter people need to own a whole bed and breakfast or run a hotel restaurant. They could be sponsors in AA or other recovery programs. The point is, anyone who wants to caretake too much could be given many people to take care of. Problem 3, a chaotic or conflicted home life. We might see this with a Moon-Uranus conjunction or a Moon-Uranus square. A Moon-Mars might also offer this expression. The remedy might be different depending on the natal aspect. For the Moon Uranus person, we might find best expression in an electric or interesting home life. Many of these people are attracted to highly complex emotional situations. A more progressive approach might be polyamory, being in a throuple, etc. A conservative approach could come in the form of a weird yard with a bunch of bits and bobs, yard butts, gnomes, collected from all over the place. The point is, these people prefer an interesting home, and they should be allowed that. Now, what about a Moon-Mars chart? In this case, the person might be emotionally charged up, full of iron and energy. This would offer a passionate lover. In this case, we might want to build a home gym so the person can work out their Mars energy instead of fighting with loved ones. We might teach them conflict theory and promote healthy forms of disagreement. There are countless remedies for Mars. For more information on Mars, watch the video, Mars Problems and Remedies. Now, what are the Moon's needs? Well, the Moon needs to exist inwardly, to be emotional, to be nourished, to feed and take care of the soul, to caretake the self and other people, to be emotionally fulfilled, satisfy the appetites, engage the process of inner identification, reflect on things. Now, let's get back to our problems. Number 4, dietary issues, food allergies, etc. These problems might come from a hyper Virgo moon conjunct Saturn or a moon conjunct Neptune, which can tend towards funguses and candida. Each case will of course be a little different. Disclaimer, I am not a doctor, nor do I claim to be one. In this case, you might want to see one. The best thing I do know as an astrologer is that a person can macrodose on probiotics. You can feed the gut constant flora, raw sauerkraut, yogurt, kombucha, etc. Macrodose is the key term here. Eat this with every meal until the food allergies are improved. Why does the astrologer know that? Well, because we can see the imprint in the natal chart causing the dietary issues. This is part of the genesis, or the genetic makeup of the individual. Also, notice how transits to the natal chart exacerbate the problem. Many people attribute mood changes to food allergies, when the problem is actually transits. In this case, watch the moon go around the whole chart and notice how it triggers the natal aspects. Is there an extremely hard aspect in the natal chart? Is that contributing to the mood swings? If so, employ astrological remediation stat. Problem 5, eating disorders. Here we might see a Moon-Saturn issue in the form of anorexia, or a Moon-Jupiter-Venus issue in Taurus perhaps, which might bring bulimia. Again, I am not a doctor, and you may want to see one. But for Moon-Saturn issues, I can say a controlled, regimented eating pattern might be the answer. Extreme boundaries around food that also make sure to get enough calories. These people can be averse to eating. To truly help in this case, we will need to study Saturn remedies. Practice, discipline, being regimented, being alone, eating alone perhaps. For more on Saturn, watch Saturn Problems and Remedies. Now, for the Moon-Jupiter-Venus conjunction in Taurus, the transits could cause binging. We must acknowledge that the soul is a maximalist here. It wants a lot of love, a lot of sweetness, a lot of food. In this case, we may want to work with the person to make a list of 20 things that would feel good on transits to this other than eating. Some examples could be flower arranging, making perfume, doing crazy awesome makeup, just to mention a few. These are examples of symbolic substitutions, which is a study all of its own. Watch that video. All right, problem 6. Not expressing the internal sphere. This could come in the form of being shy or just generally unexpressive about your emotions. This could cause distance and feelings of separation in relationships. And thus, this is a tendency we may want to remedy. The cause for this could be different in each chart. One simple example is a Capricorn moon. This moon is said to be in detriment. And to be honest, it is just not that emotional. It is more contractual and transactional. This does not mean a Capricorn moon can't have a nice life. It just means that they might not be highly emotional. In this case, we might want to add some moonstone. That would be a gem remedy. I know a moonstone belt and belt buckle. This is close to the knees and hip bone where the Capricorn lives. This would remind the Capricorn moon to get in touch with their emotions and express what they do feel. This is only one of many remedies, but it's one we might choose in this situation. A Moon-Saturn conjunction could also contribute to this issue. In this case, the person is just very shy and tucked in about their emotional response. In this case, we might find a very emotional person who just doesn't share their emotions, except with certain people. Can you imagine a Moon-Saturn conjunction in Cancer? This person would be highly emotional and have extreme boundaries. Good synastry might help in this case. Can you imagine finding a partner with Jupiter and Cancer at the same degree? Or even Jupiter and Libra square this configuration. The partner in this case could draw out the feelings of the Moon-Saturn person. Another remedy would be to have the person read books on connecting with people. The person can make a structure of connecting through acts of scheduling and quality time. While we can't cover every remedy in each of these cases, we have presented a few options for the examples here. I hope this inspires you to handle any moon problem now and in the future. Remember, if this isn't detailed enough for you, a chart reading might be in order. Together, you and I could delve into your particular case and come up with an extensive and personalized list of remedies. Contact me anytime. Do you want to know more about remediation in general? Go ahead and like this video and subscribe to the channel, as every video brings you closer to being able to help yourself and your clients. Now, let's end with an advanced question. In your opinion, what are the 12 love languages of the 12 moon signs? All right, see you next time. Get the book Astrological Remediation, a guide for the modern practitioner from Amazon.com. If they are sold out, email me for a PDF copy at agehrz@gmail.com. PDF copies are only $16.95.
It's more than I can handle, it's all that I can take. Your rightful joint just got me sunk to a place no one should be. I can't take the facade.